We often think of learning a new sport as something that builds coordination, strength, or cardiovascular fitness. But behind every backhand swing, every precise kick, and every split-second decision on the court or mat, your brain is transforming in profound ways. Thanks to advances in neuroimaging, scientists can now see what was once only theoretical. Learning complex motor skills doesn't just challenge the body, it physically rewires the brain. And this process, known as neuroplasticity, reveals that your brain is far more adaptable and capable of growth than we previously imagined. Magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and functional MRI, fMRI, studies have shown that when people take up sports requiring high levels of coordination, spatial awareness, and quick decision-making like tennis, martial arts, gymnastics, or even dance, the structure and connectivity of their brains begin to change. These changes aren't subtle. They're visible on scans, and they typically occur in the motor cortex, cerebellum, basal ganglia, and prefrontal cortex, regions responsible for movement control, timing, habit formation, and executive function. For example, longitudinal studies of individuals learning to juggle, a task that requires precise timing and visual motor integration, have shown measurable increases in gray matter in the parietal lobe and visual motion area, MT/V5. When researchers extended these findings to more complex sports, they observed even more dramatic changes. Martial artists and tennis players, for instance, exhibit enhanced cerebellar volume and increased connectivity between motor planning areas and higher-order decision-making regions. In simple terms, their brains become more efficient at processing physical feedback, adapting to new patterns, and making split-second judgments. What makes these findings so powerful is that they apply across ages. Young adults, middle-aged beginners, and even older individuals show these structural adaptations when they take up a new physical discipline. The human brain, it turns out, is never too old to grow new connections. With sustained practice, even a few hours per week, white matter tracks become more organized, neural pathways more synchronized, and the speed of signal transmission improves. These changes also affect cognitive performance beyond sport. Individuals who regularly engage in complex motor learning tend to show improvements in working memory, attention, and problem-solving. The reason is that sports like martial arts or tennis demand more than just muscle. They require a constant interaction between sensory feedback, memory recall, and anticipation. You're not just reacting, you're reading patterns, predicting outcomes, and adjusting in real time. This keeps your brain in a perpetual learning state, reinforcing adaptability and mental agility. Even more compelling is the emotional and psychological dimension. Learning something physically demanding and mentally challenging builds self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to succeed. This, too, leaves a mark on the brain. The prefrontal cortex, associated with confidence, planning, and goal setting, becomes more active and integrated into the action loops formed during motor learning. It's not just about getting better at a sport. It's about becoming better at believing you can improve. The broader takeaway is this: learning a new sport isn't just good for your body, or even just for your coordination. It's a brain training protocol in disguise. The repetition, the mistakes, the corrections, the incremental wins. These are all experiences that stimulate neuroplasticity, turning effort into adaptation. Every serve, every roundhouse kick, every reset after failure is strengthening not just muscles, but mental flexibility, sensory integration, and neural speed. In a world where cognitive decline and mental rigidity are growing concerns, taking up a new sport may be one of the most practical and enjoyable forms of brain enhancement. It combines movement with novelty, challenge with reward. It demands presence, effort, and creativity. And the brain, always eager for stimulation, responds by building new maps that not only improve your performance, but expand your capacity for learning in every area of life. So the next time you fumble through a new movement or feel clumsy picking up a racket or trying a new technique, remember, your brain is hard at work behind the scenes, forging new circuits, sharpening old ones, and preparing you not just to play, but to evolve.